maybe there's going to be scanning. There's sort of geo tweets. So what's the what's the behaviors that marketers should be focused on, or how do you capture sort of all of this in one bucket?
It's a really good question. I mean, we're looking at sort of different ways to combine the data streams, the activity streams, because just having where a person goes isn't as interesting as what kind of conversations are they having before they go there, and then what's the payoff? Would they actually buy something when they got there? So maybe it's a combination of sort of like Twitter feeding into some location-based something or other with sticky bits, and then also a Blippi or something along those lines. It's a holy grail. But one of the things that we're curious about is how are we going to get case studies around stuff? Because brands like Pepsi, any brand, wants to see ROI, and there's a huge problem with all the location-based systems right now because everybody wants to work with them, and each of them has like one business guy. Like Foursquare's got Tristan, right? And he's still in college, and grad school. That's so tough. So, and he's like wicked smart guy, but one guy, and so that's like the business development funnel is overflowing, and so we don't know how to. First of all, we don't know what all the services they provide are, and then we don't know how much they cost and how to get to them. And then we do know one thing. I mean, I moderated a panel with Dennis Crowley a couple of weeks ago and asked him, how much is it to do a special? Because we wanted to know these things. How much does this stuff cost? And he said it's free to do a special, but you've got to get verified first. You have to have your business verified. And they're working on automation to do that instead of like putting a call center together and calling all these businesses, because there's like 10 to 15,000 businesses in the funnel right now. So, I mean, he's the founder of Foursquare, CEO of Foursquare. So, the thing that we're really interested in is what's the ROI. I mean, we think check-ins are interesting. Okay, I mean, they're somewhat interesting. It's a commodity, right? But then there's the where are my friends at? That's sort of interesting. Where are people going? But if you look at it in terms of adoption, you said there's like 1.3 million people on Foursquare, and Google's got like 300,000. That's less. And then, so you look at that from a data perspective and a dashboard perspective, and look at what you can actually learn. It's pretty fragmented right now. And you're looking at just pockets of people in various locations. So maybe New York has a ton of people, and Austin has a ton of people, because it's like maybe concentric circles out from where the founders are, and maybe Seattle does, because that's where Whirl is. But so we're hoping that that Foursquare can fix this, and Wallet can fix their business development funnel, so that we can get some small business cases. Because really, there's two right now. There's the Chevy business case, and the Nets, the VaynerMedia one, which is a sucky product anyway. We know it's hard to give away free tickets. So they're not the Celtics. I mean, come on.
But I would say that point, I mean, I 100% agree with that. I do think, to your point about getting cases, I mean, for the agency folks in the room, I mean, from our conversations, like, they're looking for cases and opportunities for brands that can get them out of New York and LA. They're looking for brands that are touching red states, Midwest, areas where Foursquare is not on the radar of anyone. So if you've got brands that are perhaps small businesses or big in those areas, that's what they're looking for, and that I can get you to the front of that line of
I don't think it does. Not to be not to disagree. I'm going to disagree because I know I have one of those brands. And we're trying to do a road trip. We've taken people, across the United States and trying to get people to check into a brand, and I can't get any love. I get some love from Goala and some love from Foursquare, but I can't get to the point where I know how much it costs. I can tell the brand how much it costs.
Isn't that a natural act to check into a brand? I don't even know what that means.
Checking in is unnatural, but checking into a brand is just freaky. It's like liking something on Facebook.
You know what I mean?